This is News Today with WDW News Today. I'm Tom Corliss of WDWNT.com. Please like this video, subscribe, and hit the notifications bell to make sure you never miss the latest from the Disney theme parks all around the world. Here now the news for November 4th, 2024. Sources indicate that a fourth ferry boat will be joining the fleet at the Magic Kingdom sometime in the not-too-distant future. According to those sources, the new ferry boat will be added as Magic Kingdom grows with its largest expansion in history, of course featuring a Cars-themed area in Frontierland with 2 new rides and a Disney Villains-themed land. No further details have been shared, but progress is expected to take place over the next couple of years. Disney has not shared an official announcement with the public or a timeline for the new addition, but the current fleet consists of the Admiral Joe Fowler, the Richard F. Irvine, and the General Joe Potter. The Admiral Joe Fowler returned to service earlier this year after a refurbishment and repainting. In 2023, the General Joe Potter received a similar refresh, and the original riverboat sailing the rivers of America was named the Admiral Joe Fowler, but was destroyed by a dry dock accident in 1980. The other riverboat, the Richard F. Irvine, was later renamed the Liberty Belle, as it is still till today, and not for much longer, though. The 3 ferry boats were renamed to their current monikers after that. The ferry boats are used daily to transport guests across the Seven Seas Lagoon, weather permitting, but again, they expect such growth at Magic Kingdom with all these new attractions that a 4th ferry boat across the Seven Seas Lagoon has been deemed necessary. Again, not officially confirmed yet, but supposedly they've told the cast members working in transportation already. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas at the Magic Kingdom as the park's Christmas tree has gone up in Town Square. The tree is directly behind the flagpole in the center of Town Square, and a PhotoPass photographer is stationed there. Disney also finished decorating the Magic Kingdom for the holidays with the installation of the toy soldiers and candy canes nearby. The flower beds in the center of Town Square now feature life-size toy soldier figures and those candy cane poles. A new lower price point has been introduced for Tron Light Cycle Run Single Pass on select dates at the Magic Kingdom. Since it opened in April of 2023, the individual Lightning Lane Single Pass for Tron Light Cycle Run has been $20 to $22, but on November 21st, the Single Pass will be $19. What savings? But people always say they never lower prices. Here's a rare example. I know people said with the food prices a couple weeks ago, they said even if they lowered one thing 50 cents, it'd be nice to see. So, battles you can win. Jingle bells, jungle all the way. The Jingle Cruise, the limited time holiday overlay of the Jungle Cruise, is back at the Magic Kingdom. It reopened a couple days ago. We, of course, were there. Be sure to watch the video right here on our YouTube channel. This program is brought to you by our official travel agent sponsor, Be Our Guest Vacations. Dream Vacation begins with Be Our Guest and their concierge team of expert vacation planners. Head on over to beourguestvacations.com/WDWNT, and their team will design your next magical vacation from the Walt Disney World and Disneyland Resorts to Disney Cruise Line, Adventures by Disney, and more. They're also able to book unforgettable VIP tours where you and your group can experience the ultimate park day. And the best part is their concierge services are 100% free. So book today. Quickly want to plug 2 other things. Of course, we are still doing live recordings of our news show with you as our studio audience. You can get tickets for select dates at events.wdwnt.com. Dates are available throughout the rest of the year. And real quick, yes, this is it. This is not one we decorated. This is the real thing. She has arrived. This is Santa Gertie. She is available for pre-order. We're almost out. We're about, and I think we've crossed 750 of them. So there are less than 250 to go. And obviously we do keep some aside in case some get damaged in shipping. Obviously some of us purchase them who work here at WDWNT. So there's probably less than 200 of them left at this point. And when they're gone, they're gone. It will not be made again. So get yours now at wdwnt.shop or carouselofproducts.com. But yes, she does have the ornament hanging and the little hat. And it's actually a completely different plush. It's a softer material. It's a whole different manufacturer. And we embroidered the Carousel of Products logo on there. Very, very cute. Very cuddly. Available while supplies last. Some construction walls have come down from the Plaza de Sol Caribe Bazaar, the Pirates of the Caribbean gift shop at Magic Kingdom, revealing new counters. Cast members said the counters are the most significant change to the store. They resemble mismatched wooden crates and barrels. We did notice a ball was already missing from atop one of the store's stanchions. I'm sure they'll fix it. The construction walls blocked off most of the store for the past few months. There was only a minimal amount of merchandise and enough space for guests to exit the attraction for a while. There are still some construction walls in the courtyard. Refurbishment of the shop began back in June, and Tortuga Tavern became Tortuga Treasures soon after. The Pirates of the Caribbean Clock Tower was reimagined this summer as well, and the construction work is all in preparation for the new Pirates of the Caribbean Tavern set to open next year. The rumor is it's going to take over the former Pirates League space. It's nice to see them doing a full refresh of the store space that is adjacent also. It's just nice to see. We assume it's going there, or is it going to replace Tortuga Tavern and they wanted to remodel the store first? I have no idea. We're going to have to wait and see. But sometime next year, we're finally going to get that tavern. Disney teased 7 new offerings and experiences that will be available at the 2024 Epcot International Festival of the Holidays. Of course, as was already announced, the Epcot Festival team and Walt Disney Imagineering have teamed up with the Epcot pastry team to create a new 8-foot-tall gingerbread spaceship Earth. The geodesic sphere is made of hundreds of handcrafted gingerbread triangles and will be displayed in Communicore Hall. See, folks, they're going to do something. Here's what I will say in defense of Communicore Hall. There's not much to defend. It's pretty ugly inside. But I will say this, a lot of people, at least in the end, were like, oh, could you have at least done something for the events other than throw some shelves up and such? When they showed us concept art, there was a lot more going on. So my assumption of what happened was no one wanted to commit to any of the festivals near the completion date of this building because it kept slipping through the timeline. And so no one wanted to commit to spending money on an event and then the building wasn't ready yet. And so in an effort to do that, this kind of will be, other than them operating a food and wine, marketplace out of it, this will really be the first time they're using it for something specially made, right? This will be the first time it's living up to what it was supposed to be by having a interesting, unique display in the middle of it. If this continues and each event it actually does, because otherwise it's a big gray empty hallway, which isn't great. But if you fill it with colorful displays and all sorts of things that will rotate with each festival, then I think people will change their feelings on this building, right? It's a multi-use flex space, and so it all depends what you use the flex space for. Obviously, if you don't use it for much, then it's a waste. But if you use it for something cool like this, then very quickly we can go from, I hate Communicore Hall to, oh, there's always cool stuff in there. And even though it's ugly. It'll always be ugly, but maybe there'll at least be cool stuff in it. But like the real Spaceship Earth, the gingerbread version will light up and dance to music after a countdown courtesy of the Celebration Countdown presented by Citizen. Seasonal decor inspired by the unique design of Epcot will surround Communicore Hall as well. This includes an enchanting forest of twinkling trees called the Glittering Grove, presented by Balsam Hill. An assortment of Epcot International Festival Holidays merchandise will be available inside Communicore Hall as well, including a holiday cookie stroll bento box and a festival mug. There'll be a festival ear headband with a transparent snow globe set of ears and a matching snow globe purse. There'll be 2 new holiday kitchens at Communicore Hall. The first is the experimental prototype Cookies of Tomorrow. This is the best name. Among other cookies, this holiday kitchen will serve Spaceship Earth gingerbread triangles in a decorating kit. The second new kitchen is Favorites of Festivals Past, located right outside Communicore Hall. Menus will be released later. I love both of these names. Like experimental prototype Cookies of Tomorrow, home run, fantastic. And I cannot wait. First thing I'm doing on Black Friday is we're gonna open this festival and I'm gonna decorate a Spaceship Earth gingerbread cookie because that's what I want to do more than anything. But also like the food of festivals past. What a great name. I love it. Outside Communicore Hall and Communicore Plaza, there'll be a complimentary snowflake decorating activity. And also in Communicore Plaza, guests can enjoy Joyful, a celebration of the season. And on the walkway between the Imagination Pavilion and World Showcase will be the new festive fragrances presented by Scentsy. This snow globe garden is inspired by Scentsy seasonal aromas, and Communicore Hall will have some of their holiday fragrances available for purchase. The Epcot International Festival of the Holidays begins November 29th and rolls through December 30th, 2024. Of course, we will be there, but this whole press release seemed aimed to tell you that, hey, we heard you that you think this building is useless. Here's 40 things we're going to do with it. Good on them, man. Good on them. Crews have started installing the ice skating rink for Glisten, a new ice skating show coming to Jollywood Nights at Disney's Hollywood Studios. The rink is located in front of Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway on Hollywood Boulevard in front of the Chinese Theater, what's often called center stage there. It'll be performed several times throughout the evening during this separately ticketed after-hours event. Disney stated that international champion skaters will perform to a holiday soundtrack of original songs and Disney classics like Be Our Guest and When You Wish Upon a Star. And currently a large white tarp featuring the Glisten logo is across the stage, presumably covering the skating surface. I don't know that this needs to be said. It will not be real ice because we live in Florida. But Disney's Hollywood Studios, believe it or not, previously offered real ice skating to guests a decade ago during Frozen Summer Fun. This rink will not be open to guests, though. Disney Jollywood Nights is a 5-hour event on select nights from November 9th to December 21st. Tickets are available now. After debuting with the restaurant and then being discontinued just a few months later, Satuli Canteen breakfast services back at Animal Kingdom. We ventured out to Pandora, the world of Avatar, to try the breakfast menu for ourselves. The menu includes 4 dishes and 2 kids' meals. 3 dishes are returning from the original breakfast with 1 all-new dish. There's the tropical Pandoran forest fruits for $11.99, the cinnamon French toast for $12.99, the slow-roasted pork shoulder potato hash for $13.29. There is a frittata and beef for $14.29. Now, this next one is just cereal with milk for $5.49. Yes, we ordered the cereal with milk, and yes, they reviewed it in the video. Why? Your guess is as good as mine, but it was done. They also have the Pandoran Sunrise drink for $5.79. You can watch the review with Nana and Eric right here on our channel. Give it a watch. Watch Nana review. They actually reviewed Fruit Loops. This is what happens when I don't pay attention. Disney has announced this year's gingerbread displays for both the Walt Disney World and Disneyland resorts, including the Gingerbread Spaceship Earth at Epcot. We already talked about that Spaceship Earth, but some more facts about it. The 8-foot tall display took over 160 hours to create. It'll light up and dance to music, like we talked about before, and the sphere is made up of almost 1,000 handcrafted gingerbread triangles. It consists of 240 pounds of honey dough, 100 eggs, 100 ounces of Lebkuchen spice, 55 pounds of dark chocolate, and 100 pounds of royal icing. There are 11 hidden Mickeys to represent the 11 World Showcase countries as well. The Grand Floridian Gingerbread House will open for its 25th year on November 6th. The display features white chocolate candy canes, edible snowflakes, sugar poinsettias, and an 88-pound white chocolate Santa. The over 10,000 pieces of gingerbread are baked with 1,050 pounds of honey, 800 pounds of flour, and 600 pounds of confectioner's sugar. The decorations include 700 pounds of chocolate, and the team spent over 500 hours baking the gingerbread and 480 hours bringing the display to life. There are 25 hidden Mickeys on the display in honor of the anniversary, and a limited edition collection of 25th anniversary merchandise, including a pin, ornament, cookie jar, magnet, tumbler, t-shirt, and more, will be available. Disney is warning that because of parking at the Grand Floridian Resort and Spa being limited to guests with hotel and dining reservations, those visiting this holiday display will need to park at the Transportation and Ticket Center and take the resort monorail. That's what they are saying. So keep that in mind. Also new this year, they're putting a bunch of character chocolate Christmas trees around the exterior of the house. There's lots to find, including our Lord and Savior Figment is even featured this year. How great is that? The life-size gingerbread baby giraffe and baby zebra are returning to Animal Kingdom Lodge on November 24th. These displays are nearly 7 feet tall and are made of a combo of gingerbread, sugar dough, and modeling chocolate. New to Animal Kingdom Lodge this year is a limited edition pin, a cookie jar, and a holiday ornament. The holiday treats include the returning Gingiraffe cookie and specialty cocktails. This year's Gingerbread Carousel at the Beach Club will be inspired by Mickey's Christmas Carol. The spinning display is masterfully created with chocolate, sugar, and fondant with hand-painted characters and handcrafted gingerbread shingles. It's made of 432 pounds of honey, 200 pounds of icing, 100 pounds of eggs, and 2,024 pieces of gingerbread. And for the carousel's 24th year, there are 24 hidden gold Mickeys on the display. They'll also have a limited edition pin, cookie jar, and holiday ornament for purchase. The Boardwalk Deli Gingerbread House will return to Disney's Boardwalk Inn on November 12th. A limited edition pin, cookie jar, and ornament are available there. The Gingerbread Castle display at Disney's Contemporary Resort returns for its 13th year with a fresh overlay inspired by the now defunct Cinderella Castle Dreamlights. Guests can see this completed gingerbread display on the 4th floor Grand Canyon Concourse beginning November 8th. It stands over 17 feet tall and 25 feet wide. It's made with 613 pounds of sugar, 1,013 pounds of flour, 113 pounds of gingerbread spice, 51 pounds of chocolate, and over 4,000 castle gingerbread bricks. And there are 13 hidden Mickeys and a hidden 5-legged goat, of course. And again, a pin, a cookie jar, and an ornament. Disney's Wilderness Lodge does not have a gingerbread display, but a kiosk in the lobby will be selling treats beginning on November 21st. That's lame. They did the cabin for 1 year and then never did it again. I don't get it. Like, if you're going to sell this stuff, you have to do the display, guys. Let's get something. Even if you build a small gingerbread wilderness lodge, somebody build something. Otherwise, it's just a table in the lobby selling treats, as opposed to at all these other resorts where it's this special, memorable experience. Over at Disneyland, the Disney's Grand Californian Hotel and Spa gingerbread display returns on November 22nd. The replica of the resort will feature Chip and Dale in their pajama attire from Mickey's Holiday Pajama Party Breakfast and Brunch at Storytellers Cafe. I almost ran out of breath there. Standing 7 feet tall and 12 feet wide, the structure is created from more than 600 pounds of gingerbread, 600 pounds of powdered sugar, and 250 pounds of fondant, and it features 25 hidden Mickeys. The 2024 Holiday Popcorn Bucket is now available at carts in the Magic Kingdom. We picked it up on the West Popcorn Cart in front of Cinderella Castle. It's $14.25. It features a wraparound image of Mickey and friends enjoying different holiday and winter activities. Mickey is reading from a book in a comfy armchair. Goofy is dressed as Santa, while Pluto is dressed as a reindeer. Daisy laughs at Donald, who wears antlers and a red glowing nose. And Minnie, Huey, Dewey, Louie, and Webby look on. Scrooge McDuck is there too. Stockings for each kid hang above the fireplace, and the scenes are separated by wood print borders with images of garland ornaments, holly, bows, and candy canes. A second scene depicts the characters skating on an icy pond with snow-covered mountains in the background, and the third scene depicts some of the characters trying, and in Goofy's case, failing to ski or snowboard. Minnie and Mickey are in a lift above the others, and Donald, bundled up in his winter gear, walks with a sleigh under his arm. Very, very cute. This is going to be coming at Disneyland as well. We'll talk about this shortly. But Sleeping Beauty Castle is in the background in a portrait. It's the only park reference on the whole thing. Another Disney guest interaction is going viral online, this time featuring a guest trying to park at Epcot for free with someone else's Magic Band. The start of the video features the interaction, followed by Access Travel Group owner Natalie's commentary. The video is taken from a car on one side of the Epcot parking toll booth. The cast member is arguing with the guest in the car on the opposite side of the booth, and according to Natalie and other users, the guest purchased a Magic Band from an annual pass holder, likely through Facebook Marketplace. The guest then tried to use the Magic Band to get free parking, park pass holders get, at Epcot. The cast member checked the guest's ID, a relatively standard procedure, and scanned the Magic Band, and realizing they did not match, she confiscated the band. And in the video, the guest is demanding the cast member give it to her because it's not your property. The cast member turns away from the upset guest to speak to those in the other car, and a child who seems to be the one filming encourages the cast member by saying, "Woman, don't give her it." When the cast member's face is visible, it's clear she's crying. The Magic Band is also visible in her hand. And though many guests try to sell used Magic Bands, it's not possible to transfer the account associated with the band. If a band has already been activated and attached to an account, it cannot be used by another guest. Of course, someone's going to point out with the old Magic Bands, you could unscrew and take the puck out and such. Obviously, you cannot do that with the new ones. And as Natalie pointed out in the video, guest names and fingerprints are connected to accounts to prevent theft and fraud, so this is normal. And also, the cast members are just doing their jobs. Don't yell at them. Don't be that person. Don't be what the internet says I am and has made up for years, that I go into the parks and yell at cast members. It's a real thing people have made up about me over the years. My favorite instance was when I supposedly demanded my own car on dinosaur. It's story time with Tom. We're going to stop the news for story time. Here we go. One of my favorite stories was I supposedly demanded this whole vehicle. The truth is we had actually, I think it was an anniversary event we were at Animal Kingdom for, one of our events. And we had a lot of guests. We had 50, 60, 70, some odd people. Obviously 12 people fit in a dinosaur ride vehicle. And so as we're filling cars, we get to the last car. I'm in the back of the group. There's only 10 of us left. So they are going to put 2 more people in the car with us. There's 10 of us, and this family of 2 is going to be put in the back corner with us. I politely said to the cast member, hey, just so you know, this is a car of a lot of regular guests, and they may not make the best guest experience for these guests. And so you may want to sit them in another car. That is exactly the way I said it. And I thought nothing of it. Her reaction was nothing. I don't know. She didn't even respond really to it. She just left them in and they rode the car with us, and I think they were fine. But then several months, maybe even years later, that cast member took to social media to say I demanded my own ride vehicle. But anyway, I digress. If you're watching this show, you probably don't buy into the made-up nonsense people say about me anyway. So thank you. I appreciate it. Of course, Lightning Lane Premier Pass has debuted at both the Disneyland Resort and the Walt Disney World Resort, and we have done exhaustive reviews of both. In fact, I went and did them both. You can watch both videos now. We have one for Disneyland and one for Disney World, where at Disneyland, obviously, it's good for both parks. We tried it out at both. For Walt Disney World, we tried it out for just Magic Kingdom. So if you're curious to see how it went, or you're interested in if you should buy it or not, please go watch those videos. Go check them out. We appreciate it. You've heard us talking about renting DVC points through our friends at dvcrentalstore.com. And if you've rented points and gotten a taste of the DVC lifestyle of a Walt Disney World vacation, you might be thinking that it's time to jump in and join the club. But did you know you don't have to pay the price Disney charges for a DVC membership? You can save thousands of dollars when you buy resale contracts. That's how we got our Polynesian one, actually. Contact our friends at DVC Resale Market to find out how much you can save. Go to dvcresalemarket.com/WDWNT for more information. Yeah, we bought at Poly and we used it. One of the first things we did was we had a party at a bungalow with some of our event attendees. That was a good, our WIGS members. That was a good time. And just recently we used it. I mean, we own it Poly because of it. So we were able to use the early booking window to book the Island Tower. So don't you worry, friends. I will be in the Island Tower on opening day. I know I still haven't done I still haven't been able to do the cabins yet. I haven't done a tour of the cabins yet. But don't worry, I will be there to critique the Island Tower in person on December 17th. I wouldn't miss it for the world. The holidays at Disneyland Resort will run from November 15th through January 6th, and guests can enjoy special holiday food items, of course, during the celebration. They have released the full menus for all of that, plus the Disney Festival of the Holidays at Disney California Adventure, which is also running between those dates. There are hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of items. I'm not going to read those for you now, but you can go read them on our website. Meanwhile, Disneyland Resort also revealed the novelty souvenirs that'll be available at dining locations and carts this holiday season. I will read you those because we love junk on this show. I'm not going to read you the locations. The full list of locations where these will be available is at WDWNT.com as well. But there is a Dumbo Holiday Straw Clip, an Elf Stitch Bottle Topper, a gold glitter Mickey-shaped Jingle Bell Glow Cube, a Goofy and Max ski straw clip. Goofy's Kitchen will have a holiday fluted glass. That's an interesting new thing. There is a holiday popcorn bucket. That's what we just talked about. The holiday stainless steel tumbler, a holiday travel tumbler. That's the plastic one like this. Not this design, but like this. There's a Mickey and Minnie gingerbread house bucket. That is adorable. The Mickey Toy Soldier drummer as a sipper. Mind you, remember it was a popcorn bucket some places last year, but we got it as a sipper on the cruise line. Well, now the sipper version's going to Disneyland. Red and green Mickey-shaped peppermint glow cubes. There's a silver glitter Mickey-shaped Jingle Bell glow cube as well. A Mickey elf bucket. A red glitter Mickey-shaped Jingle Bell sipper. And a Santa Sully bucket with Mike Wazowski. He gets no love. He's not even in the title. At least you can see him here, and he's not blocked by a barcode. or anything, but some cute novelties. I'm sure several of those are coming at Disney World. We just don't know yet. Construction walls are up at the Disney California Adventure entrance for the installation of the new turnstiles. The construction walls are around the west end of the DCA entrance gates, and a row of barriers is also in front of the walls. The walls are the same teal color as some of the entrance plaza. Some decorative white panels feature stars, the Disneyland Resort logo, and Pardon Our Pixie Dust. We found out that Disneyland Resort would get new turnstiles thanks to construction permits filed last year. The permits indicated work would be completed in phases with expected completion in 2025. The update will add more gates, stroller accessibility, and ADA accessibility for both park entrances, and existing turnstiles and gates will be removed. Crews will install new automatic guest entry gates, fixed manual gates, and removable railings. And of course, word on the street is we saw them test the facial recognition several months ago. We believe that's going to be installed here as well. We will wait and see. Disney has announced that Tiana's Bayou Adventure at Disneyland Park will utilize a virtual queue when the ride opens later this month. When it opens to all guests on November 15th, the attraction will feature a virtual queue for guests looking to ride. The virtual queue will only be accessible via the Disneyland app, and a standby queue will not be available during the attraction's initial opening days. It's worth mentioning that the attraction still does not utilize a standby queue in Florida outside of ticketed after-hours events like the Halloween and Christmas parties. The virtual queue will be open at Disneyland twice daily at 7 a.m. and 12 p.m. Pacific time. Guests can also gain entry to this attraction by purchasing Lightning Lane Multi-Pass. Digital downloads of guests' Tiana's Bayou Adventure attraction photos will be complimentary at the ride's opening, and attraction photos are included with the purchase of Lightning Lane Multi-Pass or Photo Pass Plus 1 day. So there you go. I want to talk about the verbiage here. So when Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway opened a couple years ago, they opened with a virtual queue that they said they would use until they didn't need it anymore. I think it was 4 or 5 days. It was real quick before the virtual queue went away. So in the case of Tiana, I don't know how long it's going to last, but note that when they feel they can handle a standby queue, they will. Obviously, the 15th is going to be crowded. We know that because Park Pass reservations have been gone for a while for Magic Key holders for a lot of that time, which I don't understand why as a Magic Key holder you just don't go to the preview days. The previews have been a breeze. I went to 3 of them. So we know at least that opening weekend's going to be a nightmare most likely. And so be prepared for that, ladies and gentlemen, if you're going there. But we'll have to wait and see how long they're going to use that virtual queue. As for a review of the new Tiana's Bayou Adventure at Disneyland, we are going to record that this week, and we'll have that for you very, very soon, so stay tuned. The full suite of Pyro Technics has been restored to Fantasmic at Disneyland after multiple incidents required reduced effects. Beginning in late July, Fantasmic was performed with limited pyrotechnics after weeks of issues, including Mickey's finger fireworks misfiring and a rogue firework at several points. The only pyrotechnics utilized since then were shot directly from Tom Sawyer Island and not from the barges in the rivers of America. Now the fireworks once again shoot from multiple angles during the show's key moments, including the fight with Maleficent and the finale with Sorcerer Mickey. The pyrotechnic problems arose not long after the show returned following a 1-year hiatus due to the fire that destroyed the Maleficent dragon. This is great news. Arlo, our Disneyland reporter, made me watch Fantasmic without the pyro when I got there a couple weeks ago, and it was disgraceful. I'm disgusted that they even ran it in that shape. I wouldn't even have called it Fantasmic at that point. It was really, really sad. So I'm glad that this was deemed a major issue and worked on, and that the pyro is back, because it needs it, man. Without it, it's not the same show. Guests can now book reservations for the Docking Bay 7 Food and Cargo Nighttime Gathering, a new fireworks dining package for Star Wars Galaxy's Edge at Disneyland Park. Disney has released more details since the experience was announced. Guests with reservations will check in with a cast member at Docking Bay 7, and at Docking Bay 7, they'll order a beverage and gather their food rations. The package includes these menu options. There's a fried cheeseburger croquette bites dish, apricot goat cheese topped with honey, za'atar, sour cherry gel, cheddar, Monterey Jack, and pita chips, a dragon fruit yogurt topped with lychee popping pearls and fresh blueberries, a cream puff pair of black calf cold brew and blue milk flavors, Man, those sound good. Unlimited fountain beverages and specialty non-alcoholic beverages in a souvenir novelty cup. A selection of wine, beer, and hard seltzer will be available for guests ages 21 over to purchase with a valid form of government ID, so it won't come with it. And after picking up their food and drinks, guests can sit under cover or on the patio for a view of Batuu. Guests can then enjoy exclusive access to a standing view area of Falcon Overlook to see Fire of the Rising Moons, the Star Wars Galaxy's Edge version of Disneyland's nightly fireworks. The Docking Bay 7 food and cargo nighttime gathering is $89 per guest. Full payment is due at the time of booking, and discounts do not apply. The price includes tax but not gratuity, and advance reservations can be made online or via the Disneyland app under Docking Bay 7's listing. Reservations are available for dates beginning November 8th, and same-day reservations can be made on a limited basis and are subject to availability. Guests must reserve an arrival time between 8 and 8:30 p.m. Fire of the Rising Moons is performed at 9:30 p.m., and there's a 2-day cancellation policy. I have booked this, not for the first night. We're going to go do it after we complete the Tiana media event. So on Friday, November 15th, we're going to give this a try, and a review will follow if you're interested. For the absolute latest on these stories and all that didn't make it into today's show, be sure to check WDWNT.com and follow us on all your favorite social media platforms. You can support the entire team behind this show and others by joining the WDWNT Interglobe Society at patreon.com/WDWNT. Get access to exclusive content, discounted show and event tickets, and more. Special shout out to all of our WIGS members watching who make the show happen every week. For the worldwide leader in Disney Parks news, this is Tom Corliss saying, enjoy the rest of your today. Have a great, big, beautiful tomorrow. Say goodbye, Gertie.